When we think about life, when we think about existence, when we consider the idea of a higher power, when we contemplate or when we think about what was taught to us by our parents or by our community or culture, we have to understand and realize that those things, even the books that we've read, are based on someone else's experience. When we consider the idea that God is something, oftentimes that is based on what someone else has told you, what someone else has shared with you. And during that time, you are not in question of anything that is being told to you because you don't have the capability, right? You are simply trusting the person who is giving you this information because more likely than not, that person is your guardian, is your parent, is your grandparent, is somebody that is protecting you, nourishing you, taking care of you. And you absolutely trust them with everything. So as they are passing down information to you, likely from their own guardian or parent, culture, what have you, you are then absorbing that information, not questioning that information, and just simply accepting it as your own reality. But now, since we are adults and we are at a space where we can begin to question what we have been taught, then you can actually break down this idea that was given down to you and really examine, really dive into it and look into it in a way that will actually make sense to you and actually resonate with who you are, not only deep within your core and your consciousness, but intellectually, mentally. Does this make sense to me? Oftentimes we are in conflict because we are feeling something because it's been taught to us subconsciously. So we feel it, but our minds question and doubt it because it just doesn't make sense. And so this creates a conflict within you throughout your spiritual journey. Ultimately, spirituality is bringing those two things into alignment, making sure those two ends meet. Your heart, your consciousness, your spirit, and your mind, and making sure that everything that you feel, you actually think, and everything that you think, you actually feel. That is balance. That is the objective of spirituality. As we go on this journey together, and as you examine and you think about the things that I share with you and teach, what I want you to understand fundamentally is that everything starts with you. Everything is based on your consciousness. Everything is seen from the point of view of your consciousness. And when you put things, right, say a religion, say an idea about God, say even a perspective on anything else, and assume that that thing is, which is outside of you, is more substantial than your actual perception or thoughts about it, it creates a space for you to actually disregard your own existence and experience. And now what I want to do is, instead of focusing on all of these books and these doctrines that has been passed down, though those things hold power and significance, you have to understand that they are an expression of somebody else's point of view. So though you can read those things and they can inspire you, they can ignite a flame within you, they can cause you to question and contemplate and wonder about ideas that you may have or that you have been reading from, these individuals. You have to understand, though, that that is their reality. And so you have to come clear about your own reality and how that is more important than the ideas of somebody else's reality. Because your reality is the one that you're living from. Your reality is the one that you are creating. Your perspective is the essence of why you are God of your universe. It is the only thing that is real. It is the only thing that is absolute. You see, the Bible, it isn't absolute, even though it is by far the most famous book in the world. It is a collection of ideas and feelings and experiences of individuals based on and from their consciousness and from their perspective. And though it is valuable, just like all the other books, the Quran, the Bhagavad Gita, all of these things hold substantial spiritual significance, they are still from other people's perspective. And as you read them, you have to really reconcile the fact that these books, though they are powerful, they do not say everything. Because really, what says everything and what is everything is you, your experience, your perspective, your reality, your consciousness. Because that is the space where from you exist. That is the only thing that is absolute and real, is your consciousness. Not the documents, not the dogma, not the religion. They are just expressions. And though they may guide you to your own realization, they themselves aren't definitive. They aren't written in stone, so to speak. Your reality, your perspective, your feelings, your thoughts is what is what's absolute. And this is the basis of true spirituality, true understanding of consciousness. And this is the foundation by which I educate, speak, and teach and share, is this understanding that it all starts with you. It all starts with you. You aren't nothing, you are everything. And so as you seek to find the answers to come to this realization, understand that those answers are within you, though you can use other, mediums of education and exploration and perspectives. It is really coming from your consciousness by which you read these things and see, gather, and have true understanding from your perspective as to what it is. For example, I can write a word down. I can write a sentence. I can write a statement. I can write a book. And when I give you this book, when I give that same book to another individual, they're going to have a different connection with that book than you are. And that is because you are two different individuals. It isn't because one is right and one is wrong. No, it is because your universe is separate, but also one with their universe. You are in your own reality, creating your own experience, unique to you, just like they are. And so this is why you have many different kind of Christian denominations, many different type of Islamic denominations, Buddhists, the list goes on and on. This is why even within a denomination, there are no two Christians that worship God the same way. There are no two people who acknowledge their connection with the universe the same way. We are all unique. This is the basis of why I say you, your consciousness, is God, because your consciousness is the reality by which everything is created from your point of view. That is the truth. It is from your point of view that makes things the way they are, that makes things in the way they are and how you experience them. You see, without your consciousness, there is nothing. Without you being here, there is nothing. Though it may exist, but from your point of view, it does not, because you don't exist. So understand the significance of your consciousness. This is important, and this is something that is the basis of my education and my teachings. But it's important that you understand the significance of who you are, because oftentimes we belittle ourselves in order to gain some kind of spiritual knowledge or information. It's really counterproductive. We belittle ourselves in order to increase our value or to better ourselves by thinking that there is something bigger than us, when in fact there isn't. If anything, you are the biggest thing there is, but you are connected with the absolute of all of this. The universe, grand consciousness, whatever you want to call it, God, you are not separate from it. You are one with it. But your ability to perceive it is what makes that exist in itself. Without your perception, your consciousness of it, then as far as you're concerned, it doesn't exist, right? Just like you wouldn't exist. So It is the paradox of consciousness and God and the universe. It's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Your consciousness, your ability to experience and think and contemplate this understanding of God and the whole, or that universe, the whole itself, and then you coming from that. Which one came first, or which one needs the other, or which one is more important? They are equally important. You see, they are equally important. And so I just want to leave you with that, with a thing to contemplate and think about. And this isn't about saying that your beliefs are not valuable. In fact, they are. What I want you to understand is this is not about challenging your belief. This is about grounding you in why your beliefs are so powerful, why your understanding and connection is so powerful. This is about going deeper into why your beliefs are so powerful. Thank you so much for joining me in this journey. Peace and abundance always.